Hi everyone, I just wanted to bring you guys a book review. I just finished reading this book, so it's fresh off my mind, and I just wanted to tell you guys about it because I've never heard of this story before. This is called In the Heart of the Sea, The Tragedy of the Whaleship Essex. This is what it looks like. This is by the author Nathaniel Philbrick, and this book was interesting. I got it from Goodwill, first of all. It was $1. Got it from Goodwill. Every time I go to Goodwill and I see things like awards of any kind or the penguin little mark, I grab it because I know it's going to be good. Now this is a retelling of the tragedy of the whaleship Essex. It tells in very graphic scenes. It's very graphic to my own opinion. It's very detailed as to what happened prior to the tragedy. It tells a bit of the story of Nantucket, where the town where it takes place, where the sailors were from, where the captain was from, where they were doing this. It tells the story of them and how they started and why they were doing it. It tells the story of how they started going off to sea to catch these whales, these sperm whales that they were catching. And then it tells you afterwards up to, it gives a few details up to nowadays, kind of a few years ago, and it compares to other stories. Now, if you don't know anything about the Essex whale ship, it's gonna come off as a surprise. I think it's more of a non-fiction, I believe, and it's written as so because he's taking what they wrote while I think it was the captain wrote some stuff. His mate wrote a book as well, and there were some other writings by people that were actually there. The thing that most surprised me, first of all, they went through so much. I mean, these people, I don't want to give it away, but they went through so much, and things kept going wrong, one thing after the other, which was amazing, and they were still going through it. 5 people survived, which, after having been in such tragedy, is amazing. I think how strong the human spirit is, how strong the human body is to go through all of that they went through and still be able to just survive. I think if nobody had found them a little bit longer, they would have died. But these people are awesome in my book. And it says also, one of the things that surprises me is that the Nantucketers, I don't know if that's what they call themselves, the people from Nantucket up to this day, they don't really talk about that tragedy because it was so disheartening to them. It was so almost shameful to them because these people had to resort to cannibalism. They had to resort to a bunch of stuff, killing themselves for food and things like that. And it's almost as shameful. There are some maps and like pictures and explaining what a whale ship is. It has maps of Nantucket. It has the names of each person that was in there. It has just different writings, different things that they found. They ended up finding a chest from that time. They have pictures of the mate, and I believe this is the Thomas Nickerson, which is where the one they take the writing from. So it's very interesting. If you're into nonfiction, you're gonna love that type of stuff, that true stories. But it's just, I honestly recommend this to anyone because even though it is a true story, it isn't. It's a story of sadness. It's a story of just tough times, but at the same time, you know, you learn so much with them, and you're rooting for them, and it's amazing. I love reading stories or hearing stories of people that went through, you know, low. I mean, they got low and they still survived, and they still got through their problems, and they're, you know, victorious for it. So I do recommend it. Try to find it at your Goodwill. Maybe they have it. If not, your library probably has it. I'm sure they still sell this. So In the Heart of the Sea, I do highly recommend this. And for those who don't know, Moby Dick was written inspired by the Essex story. So if you like that book, if you've read that book, maybe in school or something, we actually never read it in school, but if you enjoyed that book, you're gonna enjoy the true story, what inspired it. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and I hope you pick it up. All right, bye.